What's up, guys? How's it going? We are on Action Shot November 18th challenge. Your challenge is to capture anything in action: cars, bikes, sports, dogs, horses, cats, people. Movement is key, and freezing it is your job. Now, this one was brought to you by Spider Holster, and Spider Holster is what I use on my camera. They make holsters, but they also make these nice hand straps, which are very comfortable and hold your camera up there, if I do it correctly. I just have a different bottom on it right now, but if it stays tight, it holds the camera right to your hand, and it's nice. Now, we got two of these to give away. So whoever wins this gets two. One is for a smaller camera, one's for a bigger camera, and you can use them both. They're very comfortable. Cool. Now, let's get into these photos. So, overall, I think we did pretty good. We got a lot of entries. I can do my little scroll here. Scroll through them. Got 900 or so. And something that's kind of become apparent to me, especially with this, because a lot of concert shots, is that people aren't doing one of the main parts of the challenge, which is you need to take the photo for the challenge. You don't just dig through your archives and find something and post it for the challenge. It's not really how this works. That's cool, that's easy, but the idea isn't supposed to be easy. The idea is to learn. So get on it. I'm not checking dates or anything, but when I do have the app out and you can submit to that, that will be more important. So start getting practice. The goal is to learn here, not just submit and try to win and show your photography. Self-promotion isn't the goal. Learning is the goal. Meeting people is the goal. Community is the goal. So if you want to be a part of it, cool. If you're just here just to promote yourself and stuff you've already done in the past, this isn't really the right community for you. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to be rude. I'm just trying to make sure that this is the right kind of people. So, yeah. And no harm. If you want to try to do that, that's cool. Just know I never really picked those photos. I just want this to be good vibes. So I hope that's not rude of me. I hope that makes sense. And I hope that's fair. Anyway, some of my favorites I picked out here and why I picked them out. Let's see. So first I have Arthur.jpg. And Arthur was one of the top posts, I believe, and I really like this shot. And there's a lot of ways to portray action, a lot of different ways, and I try to pick a variety here that all show different ways to show it, because it can be kind of hard and it can be kind of difficult. It's easy if you have a really nice camera. Maybe you can like follow somebody, track them. So basically you move your camera with them. When you take the photo, there's a little bit of blur around them. That's easy, but it's harder to do if you don't have a nice camera, and I think that can be the case for a lot of people. If you want manual controls on your cell phone, I suggest using Moment Lens. That helps. But I don't know what this was shot on, but I like it because it shows action without being that complicated. And I think you framed it really nicely. I love how the model, it looks like a she, is in the middle, and she's clearly doing dance or ballet, and it's nice. It looks nice. Something I would change about this is I would move it to the right a little bit. Your horizon's a little bit off, and I'm not really seeing an advantage of the horizon being off. It almost just looks like 5 degrees to the left. So to the right a little bit. I love the black and white. It might even be a little bit green. I could be going crazy. My monitor could be not calibrated correctly, but this looks really nice. Artur. Did I say your name wrong? I'm sorry. But this looks really nice, so well done. I like it. I like your use of shadows and highlights. Nothing's overexposed. Even the dark areas still have some detail to them, so you can see how you can still see what's going on in the blacks, and in the bright areas, nothing's too white. Well done. Good balance. All right. Next, we have Olivia Arno, and they said action shot. This was my favorite picture to take. First, because I was enjoying playing with my shutter and seeing what I create, and second, because I want to photograph this guy for a while. His name is, I can't say these names, and I walk past him every day when I come back home. So, good job, nice shot, action shot. You can tell a lot by this photo. You can tell where this person is juggling. This looks to be a different country, but I could be wrong. Judging by their names, it looks like it's a different country. And judging by a little bit of the streets, it could be a different country. I don't know the street signs, so it's not the U.S. It's a different country, and I like this. I like the colors, I like the contrast, I like the focus. There is a car in the background, but the car kind of helps. I don't know if I would have preferred for it to not be there. I can't tell, but you did a good job. This reminds me of South America, the colors, but I don't know where it is. I love how his shirt matches the ground, and I think you did a good job focusing on him right in the middle. So well done, good shot, and it's definitely an action shot because you stopped his action. Well done. Oh, I need to like them. I always forget to like photos, guys. I'm bad. I'm not bad. I'm not a bad guy. I'm a bad guy. Okay. This is by a name I can't say. And the reason I enjoy this photo is I think that it is a good perspective. You got some action and you also have a perspective. You're obviously sitting in the chair behind them, or you're flying. Gonna go with sitting in the chair. And that's cool. And perspective plays a big role in images. A lot of the time we play, we're just taking a photo of something. We're not really in the moment, we're just observing it. This, you are part of it. It puts the viewer in a seat and makes them feel like they are going around at a fair. Things I would change about this, sometimes getting the shot is all you can do. I don't know if you could change much. You can't really hang your arms out. You got to just take it where it's at. You could wait for a different moment as you're spinning, but I think you did a good job capturing the shot. It's a little cluttered in the background. I wish there was some depth of field here, but again, you're probably taking this with an iPhone that does, or a phone that doesn't really have that option. So maybe you're not, but if you aren't, maybe a higher aperture gets, or lower aperture, whatever you want to call it, gets more depth of field. Other than that, I think you did a good job. Well done. All right, here we have Page is Cool Like. This is their action shot, mainly setting exposure 3 stops under. My ISO to 600 allowed me to create purposely noisy photo. Inspired photographer 9 shots, and then boosting exposure in Photoshop. One of my followers, of course. Okay, cool. I like that. And you know what? I think this is in London. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure I've seen them perform in London or somewhere in the UK because I know that guy's face. I don't know, I can't see the other guy, but I know that guy in the back's face. And I love street performers. But the reason I chose this shot is it kind of shows that sometimes you can just go out and take a walk and get your action shot. It's one thing to come up with a concept and go and shoot it, but sometimes to get photos, you can just go out, take a walk, and see what happens. There's action going on all around us. And I think you did a good job stopping this. Some things I don't like, or I think that you can improve, is if I were you, I'll get a little closer to the ground. So that's going to help get rid of the distractions in the background. It's good to see people watching, but I think if you were to crouch down on the ground and shoot this, you would have hidden the guy that's shooting right between his legs and kind of distracting, and at the same time still gotten the family on the right, and maybe got his legs in some negative white space there, which would separate them and really make them pop. So just think about that. Kind of think about getting really close, shooting up. You are the photographer. You can move around. You have control over the photo. Cool. All right, Riley Rosa _. I think this is the best photo I've ever taken. Well done, Riley. You did a good job. It's awesome that you captured so much in the shot. And this shot I chose as an example because I think that your concept is perfect. I, however, think you need a little bit more work on your execution. So, this is clearly a controlled thing. This is something that happened and you made it happen. I'm not sure what you dropped in the water, but I'm assuming that you weren't walking around outside and you just randomly caught this photo. It's probably shot inside, maybe with a flash because you froze this so much. But you have control. Take control over this photograph. What in this photograph has no purpose? To me, the ground, the background, the thing on the right, all of it serves no purpose. To me, all I want to see is this water and maybe a solid background or something like that. There's like if you were to get more of a advertisement kind of looking photo where it's just your subject and a solid background, that'd be amazing. But right now I think it's just a little bit too much clutter going on. Concept good, however, I think that you can change it up a little bit to make it like 10 times better. And you've got your focus down, you got your exposure, you got your shutter, you got your aperture, everything's perfect. Just work on focusing on everything that's going on in the photo. But really well done. I like this photo. I like this photo too. Oh, I probably like this one also. Alright, cool. So, here we have Haley Myers, and this is one of my pretty littles in action. So I'm assuming it's a daughter or a sister, probably pretty little, usually a daughter. Or maybe you're a gymnastics teacher, but I don't know. That might make more sense too. The reason I like this is I think that with action, a lot can be said for when you take your photo. We all have burst mode on our phones usually, so you can use that, but you want to get, with this shot, anything before or after this, her legs might not be as perfectly straight as they are in this, that is so flexible. Well done. But that is key with action, is getting that right moment, and sometimes it can be hard to select the right moment, and I think you got it perfectly. Other than that, great job. I like how you've got the ground, so you can see how high up this person is jumping. You've got a little bit of the background, so you know what's going on. You've got the ceiling, you can tell it's a big room. Well done. Good shot. Don't really know what I would improve in this. Maybe make it a little bit warmer. It's a happy shot, and right now it's a little subdued. So I would almost bring the exposure up a tiny bit and bump the saturation in the yellows maybe a little bit, but I could be wrong. Cool. This shot, same as last shot, I just wanted to go over how important it is to get the right moment. Anything before or after in this might not be like, basically all different sports have, the moment you want, whether it's the moment they catch the ball, they hit the ball, or they're doing their kick flip. I'm sorry if that's the wrong term for skateboarding. I don't skateboard, but they're jumping off, doing their kick flip in the air, where the board is, maybe this is their highest point in their jump. So they're at the top. They're going to start going down after this. So a lot to think about when an action shot, but timing is everything, and I think you timed this perfectly. Don't know if this is lit with a flash or not from the right, but you froze him very well. Good job. I like it. Cool. Here we have Fortress, and I was initially going to pick this one to win because I don't really look at users, but then when I looked at your other photos, I realized I picked you like yesterday, so I can't do it again, but still a good shot. Still wanted to include it, and the reason I like this shot is it shows a lot of empty space. So empty space can say a lot. Where you put your subject on the frame can say a lot. This person is clearly walking. They have their phone. Nobody stands with one foot in front of the other. That's usually not how we stand still. And I like that you have that empty space behind the person because it shows that they're walking. If they were more centered, I wouldn't have such a feeling of a movement. But because you put them off center, I get that feeling that they're walking in that direction. So think about where your subject is on the page. Is very important to convey your image. But really well done. This is good. I think we can learn a lot from these photos. Really think about that, and you don't need crazy gear for this. This is something just your eye. So no excuses on gear. Anyone can do this. Promise. All right, Beyond the Barricade action shot. I love Sasha to death, but oh my God, whippets are so hard to get good shots of. And you did a great job. I don't know what you used for this to shoot it, but you did a great job capturing the motion. So what you can do is if somebody's running, somebody's doing anything, if you kind of match your camera with their speed and take the photo while you're moving, if your shutter speed is low enough, you will get them in focus like we can see in this, and everything else will be blurry. And that's called tracking, and that's a very good part of action photographs. And it's kind of hard to pull off on a mobile phone, but on a DSLR or something a little bigger, you can usually pull it off. And you can pull it off on a mobile phone. Maybe next time you're driving, and you're driving really fast and you're next to a car, oh, you're not driving, you're a passenger next to a car, you can try taking it, and it should freeze the car and everything else should be a little bit blurry depending on how fast your shutter speed is. So well done, good job, I like this shot, and you definitely got the challenge. Correct. Alright, lastly we have the winner here, which is NEX Black, and the thing I like about this image is it's it's cool. It's of your dad. It's an action shot. Here's a picture I took of my dad while the train is passing by. It's a cool image, and I like it because it's so simple. It's kind of cliche. Like, let's be honest, we've all seen photos of trains, but there's a little bit something more to it. I like that nobody else is sitting there. I like that it's black and white. I love how, like, right in front of his head is the area between two train cars, and you can just see right through it. It really helps focus on his head. I think there's a lot going on in this image, more than meets the eye, and I think it's beautiful. So I think you did a really good job showing action, and the action is obviously you're stopping him, and the train is still in action, and it looks really cool. And I don't know, it's just a really beautiful photo. To change something to improve it, I would use your lens correction in post-processing. So right now it's kind of got a bubble coming towards me, if that makes sense. So you almost want to flatten it out, and that'll involve pushing the middle in by bringing the edges up and down. So you can see on the bottom here where it kind of curves up, those will straighten out, and on the top where it kind of curves down, those will straighten up, and it'll flatten it out to adjust for your lens curving. And you can do that in Lightroom. It's automatic, and it's really easy. So, but other than that, great shot. Love the black and white. Super good framing. We're going to send you the Spiderlight hand strap and the Spiderlight Pro hand strap. So depending on what camera you have, or maybe you don't have one, you can use these. So thank you, Spyder, for doing that. I love this company. Support them. Good people. Cool. Alright, so that's it for today. Might have been a little quicker than usual. Let's see what we're at here. We're at 15 minutes. Oh, we're right on time. Before I leave with you today, I have a professional photographer friend of mine. His name is Evan Halpop, and he's from Wisconsin. That's where I'm from. And he shoots professionals, well, not professional sports, but a lot of high school sports in the area. And he gave a look over the images, and initially we wanted to do a live critique together, but because I'm still figuring this stuff out, we couldn't do it. So I was like, Evan, look over everything, give everyone some blanket advice, and maybe they can learn a little bit from that. So if you want to, check out Evan's page. He's got some good examples of action shots. I'll throw a few up here while he's talking, but you can kind of just hear him for 30 seconds just giving you guys some advice. So take it from Evan.
Hi everyone. Try using burst mode to get those more precise times. I've noticed that some of your photos have been off by a fraction of a second when they could, if you waited just a fraction longer, if you're shooting a single one at a time, you could have gotten that exact moment. But also cropping. Crop a little bit tighter and you'll have that exact image that'll look perfect. That's my 2 cents. Bye.
Cool. You got that? Sweet. Thank you, Evan. Thank you, Evan. Appreciate you giving your time like that. Thank you guys so much for submitting for Action Shot. We are almost halfway through this bad boy. Get all 10 shots in. Let's do this. Do this together. Keep up the good work. And I look forward to seeing what you guys do for album cover. All right. Peace. Have a good one.